Hey everyone, this is the Bearded Xano, and this is going to be a video talking about Alien Isolation sequel, if it's possible, if, what it means for it to be possible, and, any concerns or things to be excited about that I have. And first off, there will be some spoilers for Alien Isolation here, just because of the nature of the topic that we're talking about here, a sequel. So be wary, but this is all based off an article IGN apparently just published. I just saw it on their Twitter. I don't know if this is just like a recycled or not. But it's Gary Nagbird talking about that an Alien Isolation sequel is very possible. That they talk about it every day. And of course, the main concern that's going to be here whether or not it's possible is, does Sega have the rights and can they get the rights? And I know a lot of us in the community, most people hate me now, but a lot of people in the community just wanted Sega's contract to end after Alien Isolation. And we all, that's when it does end, but the question is, do they get a renewal here? And I'm just going to say, with the fan reception of Alien Isolation, I don't know sales figures, but I'm guessing it sold pretty well, especially since there's been so much positivity buzzing afterwards. So I'm going to say that there's a good possibility that Fox could renew the license. But then again, we do have all the negative fan reaction to AVP 2010 just because, the 3-hour campaigns, which was pretty disappointing. And the fact that they can't patch the game anymore because Sega won't let them. And again with ACM, very disappointing campaign. And then they can't patch it anymore because Sega won't let them. So that's two strikes, very, very similar. Although, I will say that I do like one over the other. You know me, you know what I'm talking about. It's Colonial Marines, and that's simply because Bug Hunt. And, like I said on my Twitter the other day, every time I bring up Bug Hunt, I feel like a Jehovah's Witness. Just like, have you heard of the Gospel of Bug Hunt? It's... seriously, but if you haven't tried Bug Hunt, again, I've been preaching this for like a year and a half now, but please go play Bug Hunt. It's awesome, especially with the new mods and everything on PC. Well, they're not really new anymore, but the cool mods on PC. But Rick, if you're out there, send me some messages. Let me know how you're doing because you talk to me forever. But anyways, get back on topic. Is this sequel possible? Yes, it's very possible. I really do think it is, and I hope it is. Because Creative Assembly did a fantastic job with Alien Isolation. I do have some complaints about the game. Like that Android combat just wasn't fun for me. I don't find that fun. That's the thing I dread the most. I can handle this giant alien beast or. Like I said, there's going to be spoilers. Spoiler alert, later in the game, I had 3 of the fuckers on my motion tracker at once in a hallway. I saw them all on screen at once. If I can have 3 fucking alien beasts coming at me, not be too scared about it whatsoever, that's, what am I trying to say? I'm more terrified of the androids than I am of the aliens, simply because they're so goddamn hard to fight. And it shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. I mean, sure, they're easy to master if you have, a stun baton. But when you have, like, 3 or 4 of them ganging up on you, it's just not fun. It really isn't. Especially when you also have the presence of the alien. You can't run, and you can't fight them, so... It's just... I didn't like the androids. They could have been executed better, especially with the combat. But that's, like, my only real major nitpick with the, the main meat of the game. But... I do think that the ending, the last act of the game is unnecessary. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And while I loved every minute of living in this world, looking back at it as an overall story, that could have been a lot neater. I understand that they wanted to give as much time in this world as possible, but you could have shaved an entire 2.5 hours off of this campaign just from that ending, because it just feels like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go, no I'm not, no I'm not, and then I'm gonna, I'm not. That's why I wore the hat, because I wanted to do that. it's just like Ryan McCaffrey from IGN. I know somebody is going to get really, really mad because I mentioned him, but he had it right in his review. Although I don't agree with his score, obviously highly recommend the game. I don't think it's a 6, but in his review he said that the goalposts keep moving and moving and moving and moving, and it just grows tiresome, and it really does. By the time the game's about to end, you're like, oh come on, just end already. Just you're tired of the oppression. You're tired of the the omnipresent threat of the aliens, and it's just. That's one thing that the sequel's going to have to fix is wrap up your ending a lot better. Because that was... Ugh. And of course the actual ending itself. I'm in the camp. The community is very much split on this. There are two camps. Ending is disappointing. Ending is fantastic and artistic. So, yeah... I don't quite like the idea of going through 20 hours worth of a game and then getting a 30-second cutscene. And it just, it's the knife gets driven deeper. The fact that the goalposts keep moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. It just wasn't that great of an accomplishment, if you ask me. It felt like sequel bait. It really, really did. And now that this whole news is coming out, that pretty much shows that that's what they had in mind. And that kind of rubs me the wrong way. But, if we get more Alien games, I can't complain because those are usually few and far between. And you can kind of tell I don't like Alien. But, like, my concerns with the sequel is it going to do the same thing over and over and over? If it's just the same game with a few new mechanics, that's going to get old very fast. Because this Alien experience was very unique. Very unique. And I feel like if you're going to do a similar sequel where it's, a one Alien type experience, that's just going to get old. It's like, I've been here, I've done this before. Show me something new. Show me something grand, And they even got past the whole getting old part, midway through the game. No, I'll say 3/5 of the way through the game when they revealed the hive and that there are multiple aliens, and that really, really saved the narrative for me in Alien Isolation. I mean, I loved it up until that point, but that just going into the game, you weren't quite sure how they could stretch out one single alien for 20 hours. And the question, the answer is they didn't. I mean, you get rid of one of the aliens a good 5 hours into the game, so yeah, that was really awesome. So you saw like a whole 3-hour chunk where there's not a single alien chasing you, and then you get to the hive and you're like, oh, okay. By the way, the hive is one of the most terrifying sequences ever in any game, and it must be played by any Alien fan. That fucking thing was awesome. But I'm just worried that they're going to retread the same steps. And just like Gary Namper's comments, it says, I think the action-oriented aliens style game is very different from what Alien Isolation is. If we made a sequel, I would like to stick to the same terrifying single alien approach, but do more with the environment and interactivity within. I kind of don't want that. I want it to evolve. To me, a good, comparison is Call of Duty. New lick of paint, a few extra gizmos, and there you go. That's the sequel, and I don't want that. I really don't want that. And also, if Amanda is still going to be a little scaredy cat, that's the best way to describe it, then I don't like that. I don't want her to be scared of the aliens. I mean, within she can still be scared, but at this point in her life, she either is going to be suffering, mentally from it, and just have all these weird, terrible night terrors, and just be so terrified of the alien that she won't go into that situation again, or she's going to master her fear just like her mother did in Aliens. And I hope that's the journey that we take. on this Alien Isolation sequel, where it mirrors her mother's journey. I think that's the way to go. But I do think you should keep it in the Alien universe. Like that look and feel, at least for now, because I know I said on the forums a few times that I want an Aliens type sequel, where it's in a colony or a style colony or something like that. But thinking about it, that's too on the nose. It's like sequel to Aliens. So hey, we had an Alien game, so let's make the sequel Aliens. That's just a little too on the nose. So I think keep it in the same Alien universe, but bring in elements from the sequel. Make it slightly more action-oriented. You can't do the whole single Alien approach. Most people who have played the game, have beaten it, and by now already know that there are more than one alien in the game. So, yeah, that's not going to hold up. If you do a whole other game where it's like, oh, hey, look, it's just one alien, and then we're going to go, no, it's not. That's not going to hold up. And of course, if we know there's a whole hive, if you just have one chasing us the entire time, that's not going to work either. This is a very difficult job that you're going to have to work on here to get this sequel working. I fully believe you can do it, but I have concerns that you don't want to retread the same thing over. And I do think a slightly more action-oriented game is the way to go. But I'm not saying go full Colonial Marines Bokan, pew pew style. I don't think that's the way to go. Still keep the terror, but I think we need to be able to kill the Xenos. That's just a no-brainer now. I think the only reason we couldn't really kill them on the space station is because, well, first of all, there was only supposed to be one. And secondly, if we killed it, the acid blood would bleed everywhere. But then, you have all the citizens and everybody shooting it. It bleeds. Oop-de-doo, does nothing. So, yeah. I feel like the acid blood definitely could be more integrated. If you're going to go that route, if it's still going to be in a space station, which I kind of hope it's not because, been there, done that. If it's still in a space station, then add acid play. Let the acid react with the environment more. Have an actual, the acid be a character. That's something that Alien fans have always wanted in a game. Always. And I really feel that, if you did it that way, but still have like a hive, but have like one or two who are like, hunter aliens that go out and try and bring people into the hive, you can encounter those, and you can kill them at your own risk. Say that part of the space station will be endangered of being decompressed and explode out into space. So if you do that, you say you injure the alien, it bleeds, acid blood starts melting the floor. You have a certain amount of time before it eats through the hole to get to an airlock, seal off that section of the space station, and then go about your business. I think sections like that would be really, really awesome. And this whole hiding in a locker, can't defend from aliens. That's not in the Alien canon. I mean, the only reason they didn't kill them in Alien was because the acid blood would eat through the hole. So we know you can't kill them. If you have weapons, you can kill aliens. They're not bulletproof like they are in the game, and I think that needs to be integrated. Make firearms scarcer if they're in the game at all, but let us kill the Xenos. I think make them hard to kill because they are hard to kill. But if you're going to do this game again, it has to be more action oriented to keep up the pace. You can't just do the same. Oh, I'm hiding longer. Because we've been there, done that. It got us with the first game, but it's just going to be old for the second game. You know what I mean? Just playing through the campaign again, I feel like, okay, I know what's going to happen here because in some instances the alien AI is pretty predictable. I've just started my hard mode playthrough, so that's going to be a treat, I think. But yeah, it's. I think you're in danger of retreading the same thing, and I don't want that to happen. It's something's got to change. Something major has to change here. It's not just going to be a setting. It's not just going to be a new mechanic. It has to be a thematic tone or something like that. You know, a major gameplay element. Something has to change, especially if you're going to have Amanda return as the main character, which I'm pretty sure you are because you basically gave this character life. I mean, sure, she was mentioned in Aliens, but you breathed life into this character, so. And I'm hoping, eventually we get a full trilogy of this that tells her story leading up to, Aliens, and when Ripley sees her. I mean, that'd be awesome. Like, say, the ending of the last game would be the cutscene with Ripley and Burke. That'd be cool. But I do want to say that I think an action-oriented game is the way to go. And I'm going to stick with my guns there, because I don't think that... More action-oriented. Let me just correct that. Not like, alien, pew, 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 pew. I don't think that's it. You can still do horror with guns. You can still do that. Pardon me, I've been sick with the past couple days while I've been doing too many talking videos. But you could do action-oriented with guns, and, horror-oriented with guns. It's totally possible. You can do it. And you just make the aliens hard to kill, but make them killable. I think that's the main key that's really going to change the sequel, because that's the one real thing that just doesn't sit well with me, but I don't hate in Alien Isolation, is that you can't kill them. They're really bulletproof. They're bulletproof, and they shouldn't be. They really shouldn't be. I mean, we know from the actual Alien canon that they can be killed. It's just you don't want to do that on a space station. I mean, just let them kill me. Let me kill them at my own peril. That's what I want. That's what I want. That will add an extra layer to it. Oh shit, do I kill this alien? Do I try and hide? It's up to the player choice. And if it makes into an even more bad situation and adds more terror, more suspense to the action, then I say do it. I really do. I really think you can have some great sequences there, by the acid blood play and stuff like that. I think that is the next logical step, and of course adding a little bit more action, with killable aliens and stuff like that. But, that's just my opinion. I know my opinion is not very popular in the community ever, but I just wanted to say it because, I don't know. I don't know if you people at Creative Assembly are going to see this or not. I'm definitely not going to post on the forums because I don't like visiting forums anymore because, just always hostile places. Nobody ever values my opinions, so I'm just going to leave it up to if anybody wants to put on the forums, they can. Please tell me if you're going to, though. And, yeah, hopefully this gets seen by somebody at CA and they at least hear my argument, I really just don't want you guys to retread the same thing over and over and over. Because I loved Alien Isolation. Even with my complaints, those are very, very minor nitpicks. With the goalposts moving, the ending, and the android combat. I love the game. It's in the running for my game of the year. Sunset Overdrive, Alien Isolation, and South Park: The Stick of Truth. Those are my top three that I'm trying to decide. Like, one day I want the other one day I want one, the other day I want the other. So, really and truly, this is a very close race. And, yeah, the Alien Isolation's fantastic. So, generally, I'm excited for another Alien game. I want there to be a sequel, but I don't want it to be just a straight rehash. I want it to be an evolution. And you can't just have the same hiding in lockers with a few new mechanics to, progress that story. It's going to get old. It really is going to get old. Like I said, Alien Isolation was special, and it needs to stay special and have the sequel be even more special, but still allow us to reflect and look back at that original title and say, that's good on its own. That's really good. Stands on its own experience, but this sequel evolves and makes it even better. And that's what Aliens did to Alien, so you need to do a similar style thing. And even more so because it's video games, and video games are repetitive by nature, and if you do the same thing over and over and over again for another 20 hours, a lot of people aren't going to be too happy. I mean, they say now that, oh, we want a game that's just like this. But I guarantee you, most of those people who say that, after the sequel comes out, they'll feel a little let down. It's like, oh, I wish it was something more. It's a bit lacking. And like I said, I'm not saying go full-blown Aliens. I'd say slightly more action-ended, add some acid play because that would be awesome. And, just don't retread the same stuff that you've already done. Anyways, that's just my opinion. People can leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought, about Gary Napper's comments. Let me know if you want an Alien Isolation sequel. Let me know what you want from the Alien Isolation sequel. And I'll see you in the next video.